Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. Let's start off with Tucker and Ashley. Because Tucker wants more than, I guess, what he feels that he's getting from Ashley. They did this whole, oh, we're going to sit there and spite Diane and Jack by having our own wedding. And although Tucker agreed to sit there and back her, he wants to know how real is this? And when Ashley's like, listen, I care about you and this, that, and the third. She pretty much is like, you know, given the history, given the stuff that he's done to her, she feels like she's giving him everything that she can at this point in time, and that he shouldn't sit there and start rushing it. And eventually, Tucker does get that, which is great because I'm like, bro, listen, before that, she didn't want to sit there and even look at you. You not only are living in the house, but you are also living in her room. I feel like at that point, that's kind of a really big step that she's Smith there taking. You know, so eventually he did kind of like realize, and he's going with it for right now. I understood to some extent where Tucker was coming from, but given the history, I'm like, bro, listen, this is right now. This is as good as it's getting, and you should just take it and just go with it. Now, this whole, I guess, lunch or dinner or whatever the hell else there is that they're having with Billy and Chelsea and Daniel and Lily, it was awkward. It was awkward. It was uncomfortable. I didn't really care much about the whole kid scene. You had Lucy and Johnny and Connor and stuff. Because in all reality, I just kept sitting there waiting for Connor to sit there and go back to being mopey and upset about his situation with his baby sister on the way. So I didn't really care much about it. At first they were going to sit there and try to have this whole group thing, which, to be honest, seemed like it was going to be even bigger. It seemed like it was going to be even more awkward. But I don't know. I guess it was fine. I didn't really care for it personally. So after summer leaves, not Society. I think it's Crimson, right? Is it Crimson or is it Society? I keep mixing. I think it's Crimson, but I could be wrong. Um, After she leaves, Sharon and Chance had a talk, right? And Sharon was like, "Oh, I want to thank you for the bottle that you sent me." And Chance was like, "I didn't really send you the bottle. Like, I don't know who did, but I feel like, Sharon is not taking this too seriously. I feel like she's not. If somebody just sent me a gift and I don't know who they are, or they didn't sit there and say, "Hey, I'm from YouTube or whatever, I'm one of your subscribers or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know what this person wouldn't it, if I don't know who this is that's sending me stuff, it's going to make me feel uncomfortable. And I'm just really surprised that she's just so blase blah about the whole thing. Um, Chance did find out. He does. He went like dumpster diving, or whatever. Like go through the hotel and stuff. He went through the dumpsters. He did find something. Um, like smudged lipstick or something like that, and apparently he can use it to see um if Phyllis is alive. He had a conversation with Christina, and again, I feel like at this point, Christina is only interested in just winning. Like, you know, she keeps it there, asking Chance or whatever. Oh, you actually think that she's alive? I can't sit there and stop. I can't sit there and stop you from, following this evidence or whatever you're doing, this private investigation or whatever. I don't really want to know about it. And I'm just like, it seems like you don't really care, which is something that has just been annoying me throughout this whole time. Like, I even go back to days with Melinda, and just how so gun ho she is whenever she finds somebody, and then she winds up getting egg on her face. And I'm just like, how is it that you're still the DA? Like, how is that even possible? But yeah, so it seemed like he found something. Phyllis and Summer. Phyllis at this point, when she talks to Summer, Phyllis is like, yeah, I know. I know Daniel knows. I try, I called him and everything. I know he knows. I know that pretty much half of the town knows. Um, and at this point, she wants to sit there and see Daniel, and Summer's like, no. And Summer started getting all bossy and stuff like that. No, we're doing this my way. Okay, sure, whatever. But to an extent, to an extent, I will give her. Really wish I had something stronger than this. Um, I will give her a little bit of her props because Daniel, when it comes towards siding with her and stuff like that, he hasn't exactly been the best source. Now, don't get it twisted. Summer is also being a piece of pig feces, okay? Because she's sitting there looking in Kyle's eyes, and she does not give a damn if his mother goes to jail for something that um she didn't do. You know, I mean, yeah, I know she doesn't want her. She's and I hasten to say this, but she is in a very tough position because, yeah, if she sits there and tells the world that yeah, my mom's alive and stuff like that, then yeah, Diane gets free, but her mom goes to jail. But at the same time, Diane can go back to jail, and she has to sit there and look at her husband and feel guilty. So she's in a bit of a really rough spot. As much as I do not like this character, and I still don't, to some extent, I can kind of sympathize with her. Or as much as I can sit there and sympathize for anyone in this show, because as much as I do like this show, I do feel like at times I feel like Y&R is probably the most unrelatable soap opera that I've ever seen. just just hands down. Just from start to finish. Don't get me wrong, I like the characters, but I just feel like it's just unrelatable. At least compared to the other four. I almost forgot about Abby and Devon. Because Abby was getting on my damn nerves. Listen, I get it. She wants to sit there and be super protective of her mother. And, she's all like, oh, well, she wants to make sure that Tucker doesn't try anything nefarious, like as far as going after her family's company and stuff like that. But she's all like, oh, I will grind him in the dust and stuff like that. I was like, well, relax, you're not. Yeah, you're not Victoria. Right? You might want to just kind of just bring it down a couple of notches, okay? Um, I get the passion and everything behind it, but I'm like, bro, you can't pull off intimidation. Your sis could to some extent, but nah, Blondie, you good. You might want to sit there and just stick to restauranting and stuff like that. Leave all that stuff to her. But Devon did sit there and say, I'll do her, I'm gonna do her a solid by getting close to Tucker and making sure that he's on the up and up. Because she doesn't, to some extent, she wants to make sure that Tucker doesn't hurt her mom again because the dude does have a track record of screwing her mom over. So I get that. Uh, so Devon's like, let's not get close to him and then see what's good with him, and we'll go from there. Uh, Trying to think of what else happened. Because I'm gonna be honest, this is another soap opera that I didn't do. Um, I didn't take any notes, which I should have. I should have. I don't know. I started off the day late while I'm getting a haircut and everything, and then like I said in my B&B review, I was like, I think I'm just gonna probably have enough energy to just do two. It was on my head, it was on my mind and stuff like that. And I feel like just as a YouTuber, as a reviewer, it's like I feel like I want to talk about it. Like I need to sit there and talk about it, which is really interesting because I'm wondering how is DC doing, um, his retirement. I know he was there talking about how he's happy to just watch it from a fan's perspective, and he's not analyzing every little single thing and finding certain flaws and stuff like that that you would normally find in it. Maybe to some extent, he does have a point, but I don't know. I know there's a part of him that's just like he'll watch an episode and be like, I want to talk about it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's about it. All in all, I would sit there and say this episode was okay. I do feel like yesterday's episode was a lot better. I wish I could have did a review on it, but I want to go into the movies, and I had to sit there and wait until 1 o'clock to go and see it. So that was fun. But I did see Fast X, and that was getting us out. But it just pushed everything back. And I wish I would have wound up doing a review yesterday because I did feel like yesterday's episode was better than today's episode. But today's episode wasn't entirely like the worst episode ever. It wasn't that stupid dream sequence from Mariah and Tess, so I feel like anything above that is at least watchable. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. If I missed something, which I probably feel like I did, come to the live stream tonight. We're gonna be sitting there going over all the soaps, all of them. You know how we do. So yes, I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.